like second guess yourself when there's like no reason to be second guessing yourself because somebody says something to you, and then you're like, you know when you leave the house or something, and you know that you turned the stove off, but you got to go back and check anyway. As a rule of thumb, you shouldn't go back and check because that just reinforces your neurotic behavior, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. God, I need a haircut, man. I look like a poodle almost. Um, you don't want to reinforce uh, like that negative behavior. Look at this shirt. This is not moth holes. I'm not really sure how. I think I used this as a rag, and then I didn't have a shirt on, and I'm like, well, I'm going to YouTube. I gotta have a shirt on, right? So I went in the closet, and this is what I pulled out. And I'm like, well, it's all ripped up. Do I really care? No, I don't. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. This is high fashion. It's Remy. That's right. It's high fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like people are paying for this stuff. I'll make you a shirt like this if you want. But reinforces that like negative thought, that obsessive thought. Like, did I leave the stove on? That kind of stuff, and then you got to go check. But you're pretty sure you didn't. It's better to to say logically, okay, so did I leave the oven on? Does it really matter? It's contained. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's any different than like you baking a cake. When you gonna be back in 40 minutes? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's like similar. Like somebody says something like I had this problem. Like I've known people that have said, "Don't make that art," right? And like I'm talking about a piece that I'm gonna make, and it might have like, oh, I can use an example. My friend Jinian told me not to make art. Oh no, I can't. I can't talk about this. Well, okay. So in this one piece, something was gonna come out of the thing's butt. Okay, it was gonna be like a black liquid. And before I even made the piece, it was for a video. My friend said, "No, don't do that. You can't do that." And I'm like, "Why not? Why not? What's the big deal? You know?" And then so I ended up making the piece anyway, but it was just ridiculous. Like I had to like second guess myself. I've done that when people have said that, and then all of a sudden I'm taking a video off of YouTube or something. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I'm like, because to me it really doesn't matter. I have so many videos. It's like, man, I still, since my channel got hacked, I still have a few thousand I haven't, made public again. But like it's bad to second guess yourself. Don't. And you're gonna have negative people. You're gonna have people that say negative stuff around you all the time. And the negative for me as an artist is somebody says, "Don't make something." Never tell an artist not to make something. The artist should just make it, put it out there, and let people make a decision about it. Don't say like no subject should be off the table. And sometimes you'll be talking to like some kind of naysayer that's just like, no, you can't do that. Wait a minute, I haven't even finished it. It's just I'm telling you about the idea. I'm telling you about the idea. Why are you telling me not to make it? You have the vision in your head of the piece that I'm gonna make. I have the vision in my head, and I have a whole track record of being able to pull off. Just what is the subject matter? Okay, I'll do it. There's not a subject matter that I don't think that I can't deal with. My stuff's political, whatever. I've never had a problem with. I had a teacher tell me that once. He said, "At everybody in this class, we have one person here that we could send you home with like a what was the analogy used? If I send everybody home in this class and said, I want you to do a portrait of Jim Morrison, from the doors. All you all are going to bring back a bunch of trite shit except that guy right there. I can get away with it. I do something and get away with it. I'm a comic, so I can get away with more. So it can translate into art too. But you never tell. I'm sort of, that sounded like I was bragging, didn't it? But that's what the guy told me, and it's sort of true about myself. I know this about myself. I will deal with any subject matter and sort of get away with it. You know, like I can say things to people too and sort of get away with it. It's, you know, get away with it, not sort of get away with it. Unless it's like somebody that I'm like real close to, and then like they have like issues with me or something, and then it doesn't matter what you say. Those people like, they're like already like in this like mode of like, I don't know. I can't really give an example of that. Like you're dealing with your mom or something. You can't say whatever you want to your mother, or you could say anything to your mom, and she's gonna like have a stupid response. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but other than that, like if it's an acquaintance or you're at a party or something, you know, you should be able to say whatever you want. Some people shouldn't say whatever they want because they're idiotic. I don't know. I was just thinking about Sam. I was gonna go do a. I was gonna. Oh, thank you, Uniquities. Do you think Fahrenheit 451 will happen for real? You mean, am I gonna go burn some books out there in the yard this summer? Yeah, probably. Is that what you're talking about? I have no problem with book burning per se. I just have a problem with the burning of some books. Like if you're burning it because it's moldy, burn it. Just burn it. I got a lot of books. We had this discussion in art school. What about burning a Bible? Like, is that sacrilege? Like, why would that be a problem? Gee, I wonder who brought that subject up. Would it be a problem because it's just paper? It's an idea. You can't, like a flag. Is it okay to burn a flag? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an image, but it's more than an image. It's an idea. So you really can't destroy the idea. And it's something that's like Gideon's Bible. Come on, man. Those things are just millions of those put out by the Gideon Society in hotels across the world. So, like, would it really matter? You know? It would only matter to the person that took it offensive, that was offended by it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I wonder, we also talked about this, like, say there's a Bible and it's, is it like a flag? I'm just throwing this out there. Like, say that it gets moldy or something, is there a proper way to dispose of it? A flag, like an American flag, you're not supposed to fly at night, it's supposed to be lit. It's not supposed to get rained on, I don't think. If it gets dirty, I think you can dry clean it, but there's things that, like, if it falls to the ground, I think that you're supposed to destroy it, you know, and get a new one. Like, it's sacrilegious as far as the flags go. I always thought that was strange. I always thought that it was strange back in the 70s when they were trying to, like, burn flags, like, and just burn them, you know, as like a statement of freedom of speech, and that would even be an issue. Because to me, it's an idea, and you can't destroy the idea. It's just a piece of cloth. That's to me, you know, that's to me. But other people have like more conservative ideas about stuff like that. I bet there's a government-approved protocol to getting rid of flags. There is. I can't remember what it is. I think that you're supposed to burn it at that point. I think. But there's like, you know, these like criteria. Don't let it touch the ground or something. But I think you can get a flag dry cleaned if I'm not mistaken. But it just seems like when Trump was in office, he's talking about making flag burning, illegal again. I was like, oh, really? We're going to go through that again? So I'm an adult now. I'm going to have to burn a flag to make a point. That's what I was thinking. Like, okay, well, I'll be one of them burning flags. But, it's already been a set precedence by the, it's freedom. It comes under freedom of speech. You know, there's nothing illegal about it, but Trump wanted to make it illegal, which seems absurd. It does. And I love this country. I do. And I love this country so much that I would burn a flag if he had tried to make it illegal. Because freedom of speech is so important. And we look at other countries, we look at like Russia and what they have to deal with right now. Freedom of speech is what is supposed to keep our country in check. Like the ability to have journalists that can say what they want. That also can, be a problem if you have journalists that are like, Fox, okay, I said it, that will just repeat stuff and not fact check it. Like if they're just going to repeat what a politician says but not say, hey, this is incorrect and not factually correct, that's a problem. But according to freedom of speech, it's not really a problem. Now, it's strange to me, it seems strange to me, that it's okay for a politician to lie, right, at times. That shouldn't be a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. You should want, like, would suck if Western countries start freezing bank accounts. What do you mean, like, they'll do that in our country? You don't pay your taxes or something, you owe a tremendous amount of money, they'll freeze your account. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's just part of the law. I don't understand your point. Please clarify. It can be done. The IRS can freeze your account at any time. You're probably going to owe them a lot of money, right? You're probably going to be worth some money. And you're probably lying on your tax forms or something. Do you plan to make any more? Yes, I am. Really soon. That's a fact. That is a fact. It is really important for our country, and I don't think that people realize how important it is. And to have a president that said that journalists were the enemy of the people, that's a problem. That's a problem. We had a politician that said that. We won't say his name, but I think you know who I'm talking about. That's a real problem. That's like knocking on the door of like living in Russia. Because that's what happened there. What was it, 2004? He sort of like took charge of, news there. They had like borderline freedoms there until just recently. Like they could, if you had money, you could probably leave the country and come back and stuff like that. Now you can't. You can't say certain things now. Be like living in the former Soviet Union. Who would want to live there? We live in a great country. We really do. You better thank your lucky stars if you were born here, or you got net. If you live here and you're a citizen now, I really think that you should not take it for granted, because there's a lot of countries that we don't have the freedom, that they don't have the freedoms that we have. It's a great country. Our democracy is. Oh, thank you. Are you selling Pawpaws this year? Got to get a marketplace figured out by fall. It's interesting. I was just talking about that today. Now I had 300 last year, which was a lot. So I'm assuming I'm going to have way over that this year. Yeah, I am going to sell Pawpaws, and I just was like, there's a place in Ithaca I could sell them to, right? So I'm thinking about selling them there. And I'm also thinking about, I do have a friend that's a chef, Sarah Jenkins, in the city. I think I'd mention it to her. see if she'd be interested. I know a couple chefs in the city that I could probably sell them to, and I also have a place. I have a place in Long Island City that does like sells to restaurants, and you could get you could buy pawpaws there during the season when they have them. And I had bought some pawpaws there, and I had said, I have pawpaw trees. They're not fruiting yet, but would you be interested in buying them when they do? And he said, yep, just call us up. We always have a market for them. So a pawpaw is the largest North American fruit indigenous to the eastern United States, and it's not. It was like turn of the century. 1900. It was very popular, and the problem is yeah, short shelf life. So you could pick them when they're still green, right, and they can ripen off the tree. So that can work to get them shipped, but you're looking at, like, I have a bunch of different cultivars. I might have 50 trees and some Peterson pawpaws and some other ones. But, you're looking at, like, pawpaws in this area I could pick from, like, September to about October 10th. So, it depends. It depends on the tree. So, different areas of the country, they're going to finish at different times. So, and it really isn't like an apple tree. Well, it is sort of. But the problem with the pawpaw, too, is they need a chill time. So they need a certain amount of time that the plant is, under like 38 degrees or something. No, it's not like a papaya, man. No, it's nothing like a papaya. It looks like a mango. They can weigh up to 2 pounds, but they're expensive. They're like anywhere from $9 to $12 a pound. So you can have one pawpaw, $12, even more. The reason why I grew them is because this story. I was dating this broad years ago, and she wanted to go pick apples, and I was like, what the fuck do I want to do that for? I was like, I'm a curmudgeon when it comes to shit like that. So, alright, let's go pick fucking apples. So when I was there, I got the idea of, like, I have all this, not that I don't have all this land, but I got enough property I could grow a fruit tree. And then I was thinking when I was there, I'm like, well, if I'm going to grow a fruit tree, why would I want to grow an apple tree? By the way, there's some apples at Walmart that are called crisp, and they're in the refrigerator section. Wow. I'm not a big apple fan, but I bought those, and I really enjoyed them. So I started thinking about, like, well, what fruit could I grow that isn't, like, real popular and would be expensive? I thought about when I was a kid. Hey, and I thought about the pawpaw tree. Now, I'm from Missouri. They were in Missouri. At first, I thought that they were some kind of pod or something, but everybody's heard the song "Way Down Yonder in the Pawpaw Patch." I was with my dad. We had this property that this, like, slaughterhouse was on that my family owned, and there's some pawpaw tree. I said, what are those? And he goes, those are pawpaws. And I said, no way. He goes, yeah, that's pawpaw. He goes, oh. I go, let me go eat those. Let me go get them. And he said, no, they won't be ready until the fall. And to be perfectly honest, the deer are going to get them before they're even ready. So, anyway, to make a long story short, I remembered that, and I'm like, so I looked up pawpaws, and then I saw that they were expensive, and I'm like, that's the plant that I'm going to grow. That's the tree I'm going to grow, is pawpaws. So that's what I did. I've grown a lot of things. Gooseberries are real good. And if my gooseberry plants don't come back this year, if I don't get fruit, I'm getting rid of them because maybe they lived out there. I mean, that was a long time ago, man. Also with my current bush was great. I got this from Dollar General. It was real cheap. And it works. It works real good. If it's okay, let's see if we can get it going. What, it's not going now? I think it needs to be charged. It needs to be charged. But it goes up and you can sort of like move it by putting your hand underneath it and taking it away. I don't know. Whatever. It's $5. It's not quite a it's not quite a drone, I'll tell you that. One day I'll have the money to get a drone. I will. That's my my thing is to get a drone. So I'll make art. That's all I do is buy shit to make art with. This to make art with. That's all I do. Look at the clothes I wear. They're fucking crap. I would rather buy art material than. I did buy a pair of shoes recently because I had to. Because I've been buying these. I'll show you what I buy now. I buy these Merrill shoes because I buy these. This is older pair, right? I buy the Merrill shoes now because I was buying Walmart shoes that were $20, but they don't last more than 30 days. So it's just maybe 45. So I buy those. They last a lot longer. My hip and knees feel better. They're just a better quality. So that's what I'm buying. I had a pair that I bought after that pair. And so, I don't know, man. Maybe it was like the wool socks I was wearing or something. But they just smelled moldy or something. Like, I was like, fuck, I gotta get a new pair of shoes. So I bought a new pair of those, which are downstairs. Because I wanted to give them a break because I don't want them to, I'm not a rich man. So take care of my shoes, my $50 shoes, and I can't get those for $50, which I think paying the $30 extra for a higher quality than Walmart shoes is well worth it. Speaking of that, these socks that I bought, these were from Wegmans. They were listed at $1.50 a pair. And then when I got to the thing, it said $2, and I bought 3 pairs, so I could have complained, but I'm like, God, I just want to get the fuck out of here. So I paid the $2 because I still thought $2 a pair for socks was pretty decent. But that's all I pretty much do with my money. Is I was telling somebody that this today, it's the truth. I pay bills, and I buy art material. That's it. Or food or something, but I don't really like... Splurging for me was like buying shoes. That was like a luxury. That's a luxury item for me. It's like buying shoes. I like to buy art material stuff. Like, I don't know. That's what I do. I've been buying these robots and stuff, and not expensive. I'm not spending a lot of money, but and then I alter them. They're going to be in green screen stuff. I like toys. And then I alter them, and then I'm like, that's what I'm doing now, so fuck it. One man's fruit is another man's candy, as they say. Art's been a terrible habit for me in the past as far as, like, finances go, because I'll always, like, if it's I'll put myself in a terrible position financially if if I need, like, if I got a show coming up, God, man. That last show I had, what a waste. It wasn't a waste. I got it done, but it's a bad habit. It is. It's a bad habit. That's the way I look at it. It's like an addiction, making art. Could be worse. Orpheus rocks. Yes, I agree. Orpheus, he's on our little planet. Exactly. That's the kind of stuff. I bought that years ago. That thing and made that. I bought that at Walmart. I can't remember what I paid for it. But the teddy bear is fucking awesome too. I don't know. That's what I'm doing right now. I should have filmed some stuff today and I didn't. Whatever. I got Merlin going back. I'm working on some stuff with Merlin, trying to finish him out. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Last show rocked. It was all right, I guess, but it didn't. I don't know. I shouldn't complain. It is what it is. It's not like I've ever had like a lot of sales anyway. It's never been my point of making art anyway. I was drinking water. Um, I mean, maybe that should have been my whole deal was making art. It's like maybe if I had a better. Looks like Teddy Rubskin. I had a Teddy Rubskin years ago. Did I alter that and I put it back in the store? I don't know. Yeah, I can talk about this now. But I altered it so that it said something else. Put it back in the store. I don't want to tell you everything that said, but it did say, "Go get your mommy and daddy's checkbook and make the check out to me, Teddy Rubskin." That was like one of my first experiences getting press, but I couldn't tell anybody because people were outraged. Oh, well, thank you. I don't even know what that means, but I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate it. My nose is like all of a sudden like it's like allergies and shit. I did like this thing. Let's plug it in. See if we can get it all charged up. I'll show you. Who's Soupy Sales? You calling me Soupy Sales, dude? I'll ban you for calling me Soupy Sales. How am I like Sales? I'm not on Soupy Sales. Most of the people here don't even know who Soupy Sales is. You just look like a boomer, man. You're clearly a boomer if you're bringing up Soupy Sales. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm like Soupy Sales, right? Is that what you're saying? I'm like, how am I like Soupy Sales? He didn't make art. He wasn't even funny. It's not a compliment. Or do you just make like random, like you just make random references from the 70s? The Unknown Comic. You know? It's my favorite soup, chicken noodle probably. Does clam chowder count as soup? You know? Oh, really? Bella is a. That's not very nice. Who's Bella? Don't say that. Oh, Bella from the vampire movie? Yeah, she was little. I might tend to agree with you. You know? No, he did that check thing years ago. He did that check thing years ago. What check thing? What did he do? What check thing did he do? Oh, make your check out to me? Oh, I might have got it from him. I don't know. But he didn't do it with Teddy Rubskin. Do you think he altered a Teddy Rubskin to say that? Because I don't think he did. I did not know that. You might be 100% correct that I heard that him saying that first, and I might have used it. That is interesting. Thank you. I thought you were a troll, and now I see what you're saying. You could be 100% correct. No, he did not. Your version is better. You might be right, man. Because like I'll hear something and I'll like alter it into my own thing. That is probably where I got that from. That does make sense. You know, that's really interesting. Soupy Sales. I did probably hear that. I watched a lot of TV. You know, I don't know where he would have said that check thing. Um, but I mean, I was an avid TV watcher. I got a TV on right now. When I was in first grade, Soupy Sales told kids to go to their parents' dresser and get out the money and said, that's where I got it. That's where I got it then. That is interesting. What did he say that on? What did I see that on? That is exactly where I got that. Because mine was verbatim. That's what I did. That's exactly what I said. Hi, I'm Teddy Rubskin. You little fucker. Now go to your mommy and daddy's dresser, find their checkbook, and make it out to me. Teddy Rubskin. That is fucking awesome. Wow. That's weird. That's it. Where did I see that? On what show was he doing that, or what was he doing? Yeah, I think there was an outrage about that years ago. Well, there's an outrage about the Teddy Rubskin that I did too. Peter, I'm a big fan from Trends. I'm curious to know what I'm reading right now. I'm not a water bottle. I don't know. I found this. I found this in my mom's dresser. Does anybody know where Soupy was saying that I saw that? Because I bet kids did it, right? Because you could find Soupy Sales' address, but Teddy Rubskin had no address. But I think that the comment was something about demented toy terrorist or something. Refill your bottle soon? No, I'll just go get another one. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, thank you, Trevor. That's very nice of you. How you been, Trevor? Sales ended as long by encourages young viewers to tiptoe into their that's where I got this. Their sleeping parents' bedrooms and remove those funny green pieces of paper. Oh, well, see, I was like, find their checkbook and make it out to me. So mine was my own twist, and it was also recorded. Interesting. Put an envelope in the mail to me. I'll send you a postcard from Puerto Rico. Soupy instructed the children. That's awesome. That is where I got that. Thank you. That's awesome. That brings back memories now. I just can't remember where I saw Soupy saying that or where but that is it. That is 100% it. Where's Hillsby? I hope she's all right. I wish I could have seen the Rubskin thing. I only had enough to do one. As I remember, it came from a Toys R Us and it went back into a Toys R Us. Something like, I think so. I think that's what it was, and it was in Kansas City. What kind of pessimistic glow? Was kind of pessimistic glow, bro. Or, I don't know what that means. But I mean, I used to like, I'm not gonna say I was like I don't know. I was always sort of punk, What Soupy actually said his TV show. Oh, so there was always like sort of that element of like art terrorism, I guess. I don't know. It's not anymore. My stuff's all calmed down and I'm old and it's real friendly and happy-go-lucky. You never got back to that dry creek bed? No, dude. No. Why are you bringing that up, man? God. Some fucking trauma and you want to bring it up? What's the matter with you, man? Yeah, Hills, hope she is okay. Sounded rough yesterday. I know that. It's about day 8. She isn't doing well. I mean, she wasn't like, oh yeah, I feel okay. She's like, I feel like shit. She's vaccinated, so she's not gonna have a bad outcome or anything, but it's still rough, man. I'm still wearing my mask. I was the only one in Dollar General wearing a mask today. It's the truth. I don't care. What are you gonna do? When Sean Bond, how's your daughter? She all right? I'm just gonna keep wearing it. Fuck it. There's a spike in Europe. There's a spike in China. There's gonna be a spike here. They're gonna tell us to wear a mask again. It's gonna mutate again, and it's gonna be this. There's gonna be a 4th probably booster. I'll take it, no problem. It's not a big deal. I don't care. I haven't had a cold in years. years. She's hanging in there. Good. I haven't had a cold in years thanks to the mask, man. You know? Hey, Peter. David, what's your problem? If you're going to quote me correctly. You don't get it, do you? Dogs don't have human emotions. You can love your dog, right? And you should. And if you don't, if you're just like, what? Oh, it's just the dog? Then why do you even have the dog? They have a dog brain. You have a human brain. We have complex human emotions, okay? But if you want to talk about curbing something, maybe like don't pet them when they're excited. Why is this so difficult for people? It is. It's so difficult. Humans have complex human emotions. Dogs are very basic. All right? Stop thinking that your dog's like you. You're trying to rope me into some kind of like debate. You're in the wrong place, man. You're in the wrong place. I'm telling you. It's pointless. It's pointless. A dog is not a human. They don't have jealousy, and everybody that has dogs like thinks that their dog's jealous. You're using your... No, I don't want to do that. You're using your experience as a human to describe animal behavior, okay? So when you see your dog being jealous, it's not really jealous, it's resource guarding. You're the resource. It's not jealousy. It's really not that difficult. I gotta get my hair cut. This is ridiculous. It's gonna be hot soon. It's gonna be hot soon, and I should go now before the COVID spike hits this state. I don't want to get, man, first time I cut my hair, man, I was like, use a dog, it looked terrible. It looked so bad. And then trying to get the back of it, and then the second time I did it, I just shaved it. That didn't look too good either. I'm not the vainest person in the world. I didn't really care about that. What I'm really vain about is, like, I wish that I could get a dental implant, but it cost a ton of money. So I use this flipper because I don't want to look like a hillbilly. Not that there's anything wrong with looking like a hillbilly. As I'm sitting here with, like, a threadbare shirt. Australian cattle hound? What's that? First dog in 10 years. Former stray that was probably abandoned but was found and taken in. What is it? A cattle hound? Australian cattle dog / hound? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. Good luck with that dog. You better train it. That's all I can say. That should be top of your list. Good luck. No, you can't see my guns. What's the matter with you, man? What do you want to see guns for? Are you a gun nut? Gun's a gun, man. Let's see. So thank you so much for joining us. What are the most likely outcomes of this conflict? Oh, this doesn't work anymore, huh? It doesn't work. That doesn't last very long. Gotta like get it going. That didn't go very long. Hang on, dude. It does work. It works pretty good. Not stuck on the ceiling. Come down. It's gonna. Whatever. Isn't that exciting? It's better if I'm standing up. I can keep it going. It like I said, it isn't a drone. It costs $5. I'm surprised it even works for $5. Whoops. Whatever. Well, I appreciate that. It's a small. Oh, thank you, Zach. Zach Butler. Are you related to Pat Butler? And his brother Tim. Are those your relatives? They're probably your dad. One of your dads, right? St. Louis. It's the tiniest drone. Well, it's out of hand here. It's a great fan. Oh, you wish that you were related to them? Why? You don't even know them. Maybe they were good guys, though. They were all right. The whole family was good. It's pretty awesome, right? It's got these, but I think you could put. I think you could take these off, helping to break it, and put. Like when you're an expert, you could like. Take these off, and then I think you can put these on. Maybe it's like. Let's see if it flies. This is for like when you're a pro, I think. I'll be doing this in the Olympics, I'm sure. Out of power? Hang on. It's running low. Because it's not really supposed to hit your hand. I'll be doing this in the Olympics. It's like hacky sack. Do they have hacky sack in the Olympics? They do, don't they? Like to get on the U.S. hacky sack team, you have to smoke a doober or something, or have a bong in your house. Maybe be like a white dude with dreads. Hacky sack. It's not just a sport, it's a way of life. Right? I can't say that I've ever played hacky sack. I always thought it was ridiculous. But you want to play hacky? No, not really. I watch from over here and drink my beer. I was never a fan of hacky sack. I don't know who invented it. Probably the same person that invented that, those sticks that you, and also the tightrope that you like take to the park. That thing, it's very similar. It's hippy dippy shit. Now, I don't have any problem with hippy dippy shit. I don't. I like Bob Dylan. I do. I like Bob Dylan. I like the Grateful Dead. Now that's hippy dippy shit. That's for sure. There's so many dead bands, cover bands. Like I don't know what the deal is. Like It's all right, you know. Jerry Garcia and Mountain Girl and shit. Slackline. One Sean Bond, hippie. You're a hippie, I know you are. You're a hippie, and you like to go fishing on a frozen lake in a cabin that looks like a small bar. It's hard to believe you don't smoke. Oh, I know, it is, isn't it? It is. It is hard to believe, isn't it? But I'm sorry, I got distracted by that comment about it's hard to believe that I don't smoke weed. Shake it, sugary. Yeah, that's a good song. They had some good stuff. When I think about them, I also think about Ken Kesey. And if I was going to say, like, who is more brilliant, Ken Kesey or Jerry Garcia, Ken Kesey. If I had the choice of hanging out with Ken Kesey or Jerry Garcia, most people would probably say Jerry Garcia. But Ken Kesey just seems like more intellectual and more interesting. So, maybe if like Neil Cassidy was there, and we could get on the bus or off the bus, I'd hang out with them. I'd prefer to hang out with them, I think. I mean, I'm not putting anybody, to dead's cool, but the last band that I would not want to be in a Dead cover band. That's ridiculous. Who would want to do that? Like, why wouldn't you just make your own shit? Why are you gonna do cover band? Uncle John's Band or something? How many times has that been played at a party around a campfire? It seemed like I worked at this place, the National Shakespeare Conservatory, that is now defunct. It's not anymore. It doesn't exist. There's a place in Kerhonkson. And no, I haven't. I have not tried that, Trevor. What was I thinking? Oh, so at the National Shakespeare, there are a bunch of band fires. There's always somebody with a guitar, and somebody's always playing the Dead. It's back in the. No, I wasn't born and raised in New York. Do you feel like you embody the tough New York? No. Want a story about that? I'll tell you a story about that. Tough New York attitude. It's a bunch of bullshit. When I was in the Navy, I was in boot camp. There were a lot of idiots in boot camp. It's like the dregs of society. What's up, Craig? And so the company commander would just set people up. I was just like, I'm not falling for this. Like the first time that he did it, he came out and he said, does anybody have a birthday this week? It's like, oh shit, man, don't say it. And then all of a sudden, these kids raised their hand. And I was like, oh fuck, you are going to get fucked with. He runs up in their face, oh, it's your birthday this week? Oh, well, your fucking mommy's not here and you're not going to get any fucking cake, you pussy. Get down on the ground and give me 30. Oh, it's your birthday too? You're a fucking pussy too. Get down on the fucking ground. It was like, how many times is this going to happen that they would just get like idiots to like raise their hand? Like, you're a pussy. That's what they would do. So one time, the company commander comes out and he goes, we got a job and we need somebody tough to do this job. We're looking for somebody that's real tough. Like, is there anybody from like New York City? Because New York City, people are just tough, right? And I'm like, holy shit. Somebody's going to raise their hand with this one. Of course. There were two guys that raised their hand. Yeah, I'm from New York City. Goes running over there, gets in the one guy's face. He's going, you fucking pussy. You're from New York City? You think you're fucking tough? You see that country boy that's right next to you? He'd kick your fucking ass, like that, which was true. That was true, Hang on. Somebody just... Do you have any dogs? Get out of here, man. What do you think? Do you? Joe's probably asking that question because he's probably the kid from New York City that raised his hand. Yeah, I'm tough. I'm from New York City. Unbelievable. You know, I've never gotten that like, you know, the whole city, like it's a tough guy from the city. Give me a fucking break. You know, you ever, you know, go out in a field when it's fucking freezing and, you know, help deliver a calf or anything? That's tough. Okay? That's tough. This guy's lived in the city his whole entire life. He's thinking that he's tough. Please. Yeah, the tough New York attitude is a joke. This isn't my book. I don't know. Is that what you think? You think people from New York are tough? It's, do you think different Russian channels is also propaganda? What's your problem? There's a lot of channels that are putting out propaganda, meaning all they do is mostly talk about sanctions. Okay? I've seen one recently, 1420, that doesn't. But, you know, I think they're going to get in trouble if they keep that up. Don't worry about what I think about other channels. It doesn't matter. What do you think? If they are able to upload, they are propaganda. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I agree. And if somebody says that they have a VPN and they're announcing that they have a VPN, you're not allowed to have a VPN. How are you announcing that your VPN is still available? Right? You think they just want money from live chats? What are you talking about? I don't know I don't know what this person's talking about. Whatever. Okay, I'm glad you think that. You know what I think? I think you're just a troll. So I'm gonna you know, this isn't a democracy here. It's my YouTube channel, so I got to make a decision. And when I have come to I've been doing this for 12 years. Whenever I think something like that, like this person's a troll, they usually are. So it's just like you know, what's your problem? I think many New Yorkers are loud and obnoxious, no different than most humans. Sure. Yeah, I agree. People are people. Doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't. It doesn't matter where you're from. But to think that you're from someplace and that makes you tough is absurd. It is. It's absurd. Well, thank you, Trevor. I'm not even trying. That's just how I am. What am I going to do? Sit around and question myself about shit? Oh, are they trying to be nice? Would you ever train... Have you ever been attacked by a dog? I was bit when I was 4 by a dachshund. Does that count? Attacked? Who's attacked by a dog? Oh, why are you so sensitive? Gee, I don't know. Why am I? Can anybody tell this person why I'm so sensitive? Yeah, I am very sensitive. I'm a sensitive guy, I know. I am actually pretty sensitive. I'm very emotional. You know, there's like these certain breeds that people... Craig's got a breed that people don't really bring up. That's why that's interesting. The Asian Shepherd, that's interesting. You know, the mountain dog, like, God, it's always that, or, you know, it's just, I don't know. What do you mean, what happened to Sam the Raven? He's in his room right now, you douche. What do you mean, what happened to him? I think I live streamed with him last week. You think something happened between now and then? Hey, Sam! What do you want me to go get him? Because I'm not your slave. I'm not going to do it. I just looked up that channel called the most recent news, how we suffer from sanctions. There's a lot of these Russian channels that's all they're doing. Like, and then like I was saying that about that one channel, and then they posted one today that like it was about making pancakes, but I guarantee you the next one, I bet it's about sanctions. And at the end of the one that channel today, they talk. It was really weird. Yeah, we just want to say hi to all our fans in all these countries that watch them. Listen, if you got a YouTube channel, go down, man. I got people that watch my shit from all over the world. But I don't sit here and say, yeah, and, it's just really weird. It was just like, I've always wondered about those people anyway. So I don't know, man. It's just like, whatever. Whatever. It's just my opinion. It doesn't really mean anything. So, whatever. It's just my opinion. But there's a lot of Russian channels that are talking about sanctions, which is, I find really weird. Do you still drink cranberry Red Bulls? I haven't had one in a long time, but I would drink one. But I sort of, I gave up sugar, and now I try and just eat less sugar. I try and eat a lot less sugar. So I saw two different channels mention Russian pancakes today. Oh, is that right? See, they probably have a thing. Like, they probably have a list of stuff, and then they'll go back and do sanctions right. Is that true? I bet they're just being told what they're supposed to put out right now. They don't have a choice. I understand that they don't have a choice. But wouldn't they sort of have a choice in that they could just be like, I'm sick, I don't feel good, I don't want to put that out anymore, I'm just going to go get a regular job or something? I don't know. I just wondered if those channels were all propaganda anyway, because they're all sort of similar. Um, well, I guess if you're in Russia, yeah, it would be the worst, wouldn't it? It's true. It wouldn't be fun, right? The whole thing's not fun. I'll tell you what would be worse than sanctions. You know what's worse than sanctions? Having a fucking supersonic missile slammed down to the ground if you're in Ukraine. That's worse than sanctions, don't you think? That's the worst. Bombing hospitals with children in. That's the worst. Okay? That's much worse than sanctions, don't you think? I do. Losing your family member or a friend, that's fucking horrible. Okay? It's the cause of someone's doing it to you. Like that's the worst. Yeah, dying by a bomb is worse than sanctions. Please. It's hard to feel sorry, I understand that they're in a position, I do get it, that they're in a position where they're not getting the correct information, but, it's like people here that all they would do is watch Fox and believe, isn't there a point where you're like, well, that doesn't really sound right? Somebody's telling me that I got a politician, and when anytime a journalist tells us that he's doing something wrong, he says, that's fake news. Doesn't that just, well, that doesn't sound right. Right? But no, we had that in this country. It doesn't sound right to me. It didn't sound right to me, but some people, it's like, either they don't care, it's just about their guy winning. People like Putin, I guess. I don't know what there's to like. I don't know. He's not my cup of tea. David, you're gonna have to go if you keep this up. Agree. I gotta get your own. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't think of anybody that I would like just follow off a cliff like that. But he's clearly has followers that'll do it. But I'll tell you what's even weirder than that is QAnon. Gonna take it straight down. I'll be in Olympics with this. I mean, QAnon, that stuff is moronic. You do some more Walmart videos? Yeah, I might. That QAnon stuff is like, really? You believe that? I think Tom Hanks is like, it's real weird. But I've seen that for years. It's like this like stuff about Bill Gates. Like, okay, so it's a guy, he's got a lot of money. You know, why does he have to be evil? And this is the truth. I met Bill Gates years ago. I was driving a cab in Kansas City, got in my cab, and I talked to him. Real nice guy. You know, I only talked to him for about 45 minutes. But he was, he seemed real. He gets in my cab, he goes, you know, I like to take a cab because, you know, he said who he was. I didn't really know who he was. I said, do you make those Apple computers? And he goes, no, we make the software that like runs those or something like that. He said something like that. And I said, oh, I see. I mean, I've heard of you. I've heard of Microsoft. And he was, he gets in the car. He's like, yeah, you know, I like to talk to people. I like to find out what's going on. Like he likes to stay informed. So I took him to the Kansas City airport. He tipped me $100. He paid me and tipped me $100 too. He also told me, he said, you should buy some of my stock. It's good. You're gonna make a lot of money. I said, I don't really have any money. He goes, you should do that. And if I would have done it, I would have. That was back in like 1982. But it's very nice. The notion that because he has a lot of money that he's evil is nonsense. And like he has this whole organization helping like vaccinate people in poor countries, and it's been twisted into this like he's doing, you know, it's just like, what? The guy's given all this money. It's hard for him to give up his money, by the way, because he has so much that no matter what he does, he's still making money, which is crazy when you have that amount of money. But, you know, he's actually trying to do something good, which I would hope that most people would have that attitude, but most people don't. Like, I know people that won't give a homeless dude $1, you know? I don't get it. I want to think the best about humans, and that if like most humans had money, they'd be charitable. But I look at a lot of like I mean, I don't want to. I think about like the evangelicals and like I'm just like, well, that's not really a good Christian attitude. I know people that aren't Christian that have more of an attitude than a Christian attitude than Christians. I don't know. I don't get it. I want to think the best of people, but it's hard to when I hear people just like making stuff up out of whole cloth and people believing it. You know, there's been no indication that Bill Gates is doing the crazy shit that like people say. But like I've talked to people that have real high IQs that believe this conspiracy shit. I could think about this one person that I'm like, I was talking to them, I'm going, oh my God, I was thinking you have a college education and you're thinking that? And the person would watch conspiracy shit on the internet. I'm like, oh my God, this person is a moron. Like maybe can do equations and shit like that, like man, but it's like a moron. It's real common. Like, you don't have to be stupid to believe this conspiracy crap. You just have to want to believe it. It just has to be presented in a certain way by the right person, and they believe it. Like, if you have a parent that believes it, that really sort of can seal the deal, unless your parent just comes off like a total asshole. Um, you want to believe your parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a Republican for years. My parents were Republican, but then my mother, she was, she's pro-choice. You know, I, my dad would have voted for the last idiot for sure, and still be saying he's the greatest guy that ever lived, because my dad had issues. The 911, 9/11 conspiracy theory. That is just moronic shit. There was a movie that was made about that, and then people saw it, and then it's like they believe it. Like, people see stuff on the internet and they believe it. I can think of so many people that I know right now that I communicate with, that they see something on the internet and they read it, and they read it as, like, not that it's something on the internet that's put there to make you think a certain way. They think of it as, like, this is truth. This is information that is correct. Look at all the dog information, man. It's like, God damn it. You know? Um, I'm sorry that David guy was so clearly, um, everything that he kept posting was just like nonsense. You know? I'm sorry, David, but you clearly were. I think I already got rid of you, and then you came back again. See, I was right. If you get rid of somebody and then they come back again, it's obviously I was right. You are a troll. So when I see you again, I'll get rid of you again. Um, it's truly baffling. I spoke to a woman last week that said she didn't even believe the war in Ukraine. It's crazy, right? It's just think about the stuff that went around about COVID. Yeah, my neighbor, man. I got a neighbor that, like, I like the guy. I like all my neighbors here, but, like, one of them said that he didn't really even. How did he put it? Said, I don't really even think it exists. And I said, really? He goes, well, I do, but I don't think it's a problem. Um, I mean, it isn't a problem for people until they get it, and hopefully, or somebody they know gets it, and then have, like, a real bad outcome. Um, it's just I don't know what's the matter with people. Um, I don't know. I don't understand. I wish I had something to eat. I got a steak down there, but it's not thawed. I was checking it to see if it was thawed yet. I'm cooking it tomorrow for sure. I'm putting it on the barbecue pit. It's a tomahawk steak. And 3 of Kaki's eggs fell on the floor. So I gave them to the dogs. So I give dogs eggs every now and then. It's, every now and then. But I hate people who weaponize it. I'm not real. I'm spiritual, I guess, is what you would say. The whole organized religion thing is like, how can any of them be real, be right, when all of them say that they're right? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Talking to my brother, who is clergy, once, and I said to him, I think it's anything but what we can, like, God would be anything but what we can make up in our minds. Like, we're humans, so we have imaginations. Like, it's probably like an alien or something. And my brother said, well, that's not too far off from what I believe. So you know, where does my brother, what does my brother really believe and not believe? I don't know. I did hear somebody say, praise Jesus, and my brother said, praise Jesus back or something, which was like, I don't doubt Jesus' existence. I think there was a philosopher named Jesus. I don't doubt that. I just don't know if he's the Son of God any more than any of us are the Son of God. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to be arrogant enough to say that I know. And I know the thing about faith. You have to have faith, right? That's what they say. Well, I like scientific facts, so faith doesn't really cut it that much for me. I'm sorry. And knowing that the universe is so immense and that it might not just be one, and, you know, we were made in the image of God. They could be taken literally or not. Um, you know, it's just humans are so arrogant. We think that we're like the center of the universe, and clearly we're not, and we know we're not anymore. I mean, we could talk about UFOs and the Tic Tac if you want. That's enough to make your hair stand on end and realize that you know things aren't quite. Um, they're just not. They're not what they seem to be. Probably. When I saw that, here I go talking about UFOs. When I saw the UFO that went behind the barn that one time, I was flipped out. It was a religious experience. Me and Destiny saw shit out here, but the first time that I saw stuff, I was totally flipped out, and I went down to Brooklyn. And I was like, I kept thinking about like existence, our existence on this planet, and and God. I kept thinking about like God, like any residual shit I have from being in this society, like Christian shit. You know, it's unavoidable because we're in this judo Christian society, so it's just like it just seeps in. So at that point, after I saw the UFO, my neighbor saw it too. It's like, hey, do you see that? It sort of changed my attitude of like, well, none of that could be right at this point. Like, how can that be right after seeing that shit? And since then, I've seen a lot of other shit. So I remember taking a video of something not too long ago. I was like, screaming for Destiny, bring your camera out here. It's out here. And then she went inside. She was freezing. And I remember I came in and she said, do you want me to send you this video? And I said, nah, fuck it, just get rid of it. It's how many times I've seen stuff, in the last few years, like in the last 4 years. Um, it's not a big deal anymore. Um, and then, the whole, we could go into my dreams, you know, which are just, they're dreams, clearly, they're just real vivid. I don't know. I don't know anything. I saw a UFO in the Appalachian Mountains. Well, I'm in the southern tier. There seem to be a lot in this area. Seems to be like all of a sudden, like going outside for some reason. As soon as I go outside, that's when I see it. Like the thing with Destiny, I was like, I go outside the back door, bam, there they are. I'm like, Destiny, get out here. That was the first time she'd ever seen anything. Um, you know, What's up, Shelly? Stop by, hoping you're doing great. Made a lemon cake today with cream cheese frosting, 2 layers. Put it in the fridge. Going to have it tomorrow. Can't wait. You know what I had today, Shelly? I had toaster pancakes, right? And then I toasted them real hot, and then I put cream cheese. There were 3 of them, cream cheese, and then I put strawberry jam. It was delicious. It was delicious. Probably not as good as something you would make, but it was, it was sort of dessert-like, you know. You know what I'm saying? It was dessert-ish. It was delicious. Giant black pinworm? What's that person talking about? How's California? Shelly, are you enjoying the weather out there? Is it nice and warm? It's warming up here, I'll tell you that. My pawpaw trees, I can't wait. Hugs to you and Destiny. I'm crashing early. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you, Shelly. I'll get you some pawpaws this year, I promise. I will. I'll have plenty. You're a foodie. You're a definite foodie. I want an old remedy. Hang on, what are you saying? I want an old remedy for poison ivy, snake bite, and dogs. I've always heard about it. Poison snake bite and dogs? No, you take your dog to the vet instantly. You take your dog, if your dog gets bit by a snake, you take it to the vet. Real quick. You don't have much time. You got about half an hour. You better run. Seriously, you better haul ass. Yeah, I'll get him to you. Don't worry about it, Shelly. Go crash. I bet it's late. It's late there, man. What are you doing up? Go to sleep. Oh, no, it's early there. It's late here. Yeah, California's earlier. Beautiful in Pennsylvania, too. Yeah, it's been real nice lately. I can't wait. 35, 45 days. You know? Kids got into our backyard, too, today. I asked them if they lost something, and PL and I heard one of them yell F off at me. That's awesome. That's awesome. You should figure out some way to give that kid a prize. We like that kid, don't we? Did you and PL laugh? That's probably like PL's cousin or something. I took my Camaro out for a spin today. It was nice going for a rip. That's a term for like taking a hit, a rip. I had a Jack Russell once got hit by what I think was a copperhead, and there was no emergency vets. That sucks. That sucks. Not a lot of snakes where I'm at, which is great. It's a concern. Was that the creative climate like at the conservative, other than Sodom and Gomorrah? It's mostly like Sodom and Gomorrah. It was. I'll tell you one thing about those actors. This is the truth. They would show up. There was a pool there. All of a sudden, tons of people were naked. It's a lot of beer drinking. It was Sodom and Gomorrah, pretty much. Except for me. I was, come on, guys, put your clothes on. Haven't you had enough to drink? Let's slow it down. That was my approach, trying to keep everybody like, let's go read the scriptures, stuff like that. That's how I used to be. Pretty much. I was the level-headed one. Not like those crazy actors. Just ripping off their clothes. It's insanity. was a good time. For them, not me. I was too busy working and stuff. Trying to be an influence. I wanted to influence them in a positive way. People don't do that where I was originally from unless someone loses something or an animal got loose. Oh, just go in the backyard. Needs needs some work, but it only has 29,000 original miles. Come on, bullshit. Are you trying to sell that car or something? Bullshit. Have you seen Dan's new videos? What a propaganda. Oh, I only thought it was weird at the end. They were just making pancakes, don't you think? But then I heard there were other channels that were doing the same subject. So I think that's pretty weird. There were other channels making pancakes? That's sort of a coincidence, don't you think? Hell no, I will never sell it. It's never been driven in the salt. Where'd you get that, man? What, you got it in a garage right now? Yeah, probably. I'm not, I don't know for sure, but if it looks like a duck, no rust on it at all. Just needs some body work. Runs like a bat out of hell, I bet. What year is it? A Camaro. Nothing more American than flapjacks. Yeah, I know. He had all the names: flapjacks, pancakes. He had like 3 names for it. It was, 1995. I really do find the strangest thing that somebody was saying that like there were other Russian channels that did pancakes today too. That's sort of a weird coincidence. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true. But what's up, Shirley? What's up, Sure? I had little pancakes, toaster pancakes. I might go have a waffle. I wish I had some maple syrup. Have you ever noticed that editing has suddenly gotten better? Somebody else said that, but I didn't really notice. That's an interesting thing. Huh. No, I didn't really notice that. Yes, you can bring them to your local BFW. Somebody else said that too, that the editing got instantly better. But on that one video where they're going to the mall, how long did it take for him to get to the mall? That was ridiculous. That should have been cut down. Is that a supercharged, Sean? I'll tell you what, if I could have any car in the world, it'd be a van. Like a cargo van. Or a Honda Odyssey, just a newer one, because this thing's fucking gone. I'm going to have to figure out some way to change the O2 sensor. It's just in a weird spot. I'll change it. I have a 08. Huh. That's right, Amen. Well, she's one of the more than 2 million refugees from Ukraine who have arrived in Poland since the start. If I had a ton of money, you know what I'd have? I would have a Tesla. Look at Trevor and one Sean Bond, 2 gearheads. Totally. You guys are gearheads. It's cool. I don't know what I'd rather have, a Camaro or a Trans Am. You'll need an O2 sensor socket with a swivel on an extension. I think so. It's pretty hard to get to. An O2 socket. I'll go in AutoZone and get it. I'll be able to do it. I take it the threads are normal, like it's not the opposite. Righty tighty, lefty loosey on a O2, right? Take it to the left. It's just unscrew it and put it back and screw it on. There's no don't put anything on the thread. Do I need to just plug it back in? I don't know. Maybe I'll watch a tutorial or something. I know where it is. God, I hate this shit. It just, it'd just be great to own a car sometime in my life that wasn't just a piece of shit. Seriously, do I really ask too much? I do not have an extravagant lifestyle. It's like, how did my life end up like this? I don't know. I guess everybody else can say the same thing. Most people can say that. Most people are scraping by in life. Yeah, I got a Honda Odyssey, but it's a wreck. I'm gonna have to do something with the exhaust too. The exhaust has a hole in it. If I have to fix the exhaust, it might be more than the car's worth. None of the windows work. None of them. It burns oil like mad. I don't know. How do people have money? I don't get it. I've thought if I had money, it would be because I'd make money with art. A great van. I have a 2000. Mine's a 2005. It's about 200,000 on it. But I mean, it's shot. I had to put a tranny in it at a point. It burns oil like mad. About every 100 miles, I had to put in half a quart or something. Something like that. It's pretty shitty. It could be worse, right? My whole thing is like, I guess if it gets like really bad, I can just have food brought to the house or something. And then if I need to go pick up a dog, I can rent a car. I don't even know if they have Uber here. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. I had a Chevy that was a piece of shit. It was the worst car. It was the only new car I ever bought. The engine light was on a month after I bought it. It was like that the whole time. There was this one problem after another. It's fucking horrible. I had it for part of the time I had this channel. You can see it. It was a red Chevy Cobalt. It was the worst thing. It was pretty fucked up. It was real small. I had to cramp the dogs in there and shit. It was stressful. God, it was just like, down! No, down, you son of a bitch. I told you not to fucking move. Because there's too many dogs. They had to there wasn't room for crates and stuff like that. It was real stressful. I took out the passenger seat so that there was room right there. Put Harley in there with the other dogs and shit. Nothing really bad happened. Nobody ever Yeah, it was like a Dodge Neon. It was a piece of shit. They got brand new. It was like 13 grand or something. It's fucking ridiculous. Such a piece of shit. Wish I had something to eat that wasn't. I don't know. Wish I had something. Wish I had a car. That's what I wish. You know what I wish? I wish I had a bank account that had 200 grand in it. And then I'd be like, not have to worry about shit. And there's people that they have that. Like, I'm not, you know, things could always be worse. My life could always be shittier, that's for sure. But it's like, wouldn't that be nice? Like, you have like fucking, like the car breaks and it's like, so what? Yeah, could you come pick my car up and take it into the shop? What's the matter with it? How much is it? Okay, that's cool. Fix it, will you? Instead, for us people, it's like, it's gonna be fucking $1,500. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, like that. That's why we buy Lotto. I don't feel like Lotto is like a way to. It just seems like a waste. Your chances are so slim. You know? You know? It just. I've never been like, I'm gonna win at Lotto. I keep thinking that like my art's gonna take off, or even my YouTube channel. 12 years, man. 12 years. 7,000 videos. Only have about 4,500 showing right now. But I figure I'd at least have 1,000,000 subs. I don't know. I'm sure I bounce around on too many subjects and stuff. But what are you gonna do, man? I'm multifaceted. What can I say? To a fault. It's nuts, so I can't buy nothing now. I'm here, yeah, man. I just pay bills, and if I have any money left over, I buy stuff that's like for art. I gotta get some fertilizer. I gotta buy that. Um, I gotta buy fertilizer for my garden because last year the garden was just a joke because the year before burnt it out. I didn't use any fertilizer. And this last year, my yard and my garden was fucking shit because I was building that stupid show. Not this year. I'm not gonna have my yard looking like crap. My garden's gonna be productive. I'm gonna grow stuff in there. I'm gonna weed it because I don't have a show coming up. You know.
Everybody has been incredibly impressed with how the Ukrainian military is doing and the resilience of the Ukrainian people.
Your brother's lucky. I can't imagine having 500 grand. God, one time in my life, I almost had it, and then I lost in the stock market because I got greedy. I was like, oh, I'd really like to have 1,000,000. You know, that didn't work. Every day I looked at it, it was like coming down. I'd feel sick. And for like a year and a half after that, 2 years, I felt just like sick to my stomach. Like, oh my God. Like, I had a portfolio that was up like 2,500%. I lost it all. No, it'll go back up. No, it didn't. I mean, I got a little bit out. I bought some art materials and put up some art shows, but the majority of it was just, you know. 500 Bitcoin, no shit. I didn't even know what it was, so I wasn't gonna buy it. I was like, I didn't understand it, you know. Money isn't everything, but it sure does. You know what it does? It allows you not to have to worry about money. And for most people, worrying about money is like a major concern. It is mine. It's just like, come on, man. Just, what the fuck? You know? I'm not a litigious person, and a couple times in my life I could have sued some people, and I just won't. It's not me. I mean, if it was something really fucked up, you're damn right I would. But, I don't know. Yeah, money gives you choices and security. Yeah, it would. Having to come up with taxes and shit. property taxes.
And I know you're saying what is not going to happen. Ukraine will
It's
not
fucked
surrender.
up.
But how do you see the killing
It
and
is. It's
suffering,
fucked
the
up.
war, and Russia's aggression on your country coming to an end? Because as we've seen, the Americans have been and the West, quite frankly, have been rejecting the idea.
Yeah,
that
paying
the
bills.
they've been
Yeah, it'll give you anxiety. You know what I found out with that? Just pay them. Don't put them off, and that's the only way to not have less anxiety. Just pay them. Stay up on them. You know, that's it. That's all you can do. I don't know. Could be worse. We could be in Ukraine right now, being bombed. Do you know what I mean? That'd be terrible. That'd really suck. You'd be like, God damn it, I'd rather be broke and not being bombed. You know? It's the truth. Like that's the worst. These poor people. The country is just decimated. It's just Russia is just destroying this country. I hope the Ukrainians do not give up, and I hope they get the Russians out of there, and I hope Putin is just kicked out of office or whatever they do over there. They get somebody normal in there, like Alexei Navalny, or that other guy that we see. 3 million people had to leave their homes, true, but there's another 40 million over there that are, there's 6 million right now that are displaced, and there's another 40 million just like walking around. And that country had 45 million people in it. It is sickening. I agree, toxic. Screwed up. It was real screwed up. Putin, richest man in the world. Somebody told me he has 750 billion or something. Something ridiculous. 600 billion. No, the kids, man, they don't, that guy is evil, you know? Yeah, you're right, he doesn't care. He cares about the natural resources, that's it. Yep. He is an evil, evil man. I agree. He's vile, you're right. It makes me sick. The poor Russian people, too, that are being, you know, just duped. You know, they gotta start putting it together soon. Like, we can only see certain things on the internet. Like, what happened to that channel Rain? You know, aren't they asking? Like, there's got to be people with VPNs. You know? It's so fucked up. I don't know. I should go eat something. I'm gonna go. Thanks, everyone. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the super chat money, too. That's very nice of you. Looks like Humpty Dumpty and Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Let's be nice. Yeah, I agree. It's weird looking dude. I agree. I hope the Ukrainians really hold tight and get that guy out of there. We should give them anything they want. Just hope that Putin doesn't do anything too fucking crazy, but he's a lunatic. He's alone, so God only knows what's gonna happen. War is evil. What's the point? Just fucking... Can you imagine? Why? You know, why? Anyway, I'll see y'all. Nice to see y'all. Thanks, everybody. I do appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you. Bye-bye.